Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a special edition unveiling of a figure, something I did not have planned, was not even on my radar at all. My fiance is a big gamer fan and right now the big thing going on is Elden Ring. Dun da da da! So he had to pre-order the collector's edition. For those of you who don't know, the collector's edition comes with a lot of different things, including an art book and, you guessed it, a figure. It's closer to a statue, not as much a figure as we normally review on this channel, but it was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. Something a little bit different today. So let's take a look and open this giant box to unveil the one behind it. So just to get started, this is actually the box that she comes in. This is just for the figure within that first big box. It actually is pretty cool for a figure box. I love my figure boxes. I try to take care of them and I love when they're really cool. This one takes the cake. This is a really cool, just 3D thing. On the back it has a saying. I'm assuming it is for the game itself. I know nothing about the game, unfortunately, so I might miss a couple details, but I think this is really cool even without knowing exactly what it means or where it's from. But the box overall is pretty cool. So all we do is open this up and there she is. And I'm gonna take her out so I can have an easier time showing you guys. I always like to show off cool figure boxes, and again, like I said, this one takes the cake. Even the inside is amazing. It's apparently the burning field that we first see her in. I don't know if it's directly from the trailer or within the game. It's the first place we see her, but it's just a really cool background to have, just for design purposes. I mean, even if this had nothing to do with the game or anything, it's just a really cool background to have. I'm gonna take her out very carefully. I really don't want to break her. She does have her sword on the left-hand side, so I don't want to break that either. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm gonna very carefully get this out. Okay, so I got her out of her box. She is pretty cool. Even with no connection to the game or a serious like for it, I do think she's pretty cool. We can start with the stand. You guys know I love unique stands. This one is super unique. She's standing on bodies, on swords, on just this amalgamation of a million different things that's just this muddy mess. And it looks really cool. You can see armor in it even. Oh my goodness, you can. I didn't notice that before. But that's really cool. It's very creepy, very dark. But that really goes with the game. It's a very dark, gothic theme. So I know at least that much, that this really does fit in with the game and what it's supposed to look like. I do love these additional details of the sword sticking out. I think that's a really cool way to make this stand more 3D instead of just kind of boring. So I really like that they added that. So moving on to the character herself, to give a little bit of a background information, I guess she's a Valkyrie. We don't know too much about her from what I understand. We do know she is plagued with something and she actually also lost her right arm. So her right arm is all mechanical. I believe it's powered by magic, something along those lines. I'm not too sure again, but it's really cool the detail they've added to this arm. You can see in her wrist, the joint that actually connects her wrist, there's a little cog there, and you can see how that would actually physically work, which I think is such an amazing detail to add on there. There's even the designs on her palm and on the back of her hand. You can see her individual fingers completely. Going up her arm too, there's additional design, and on her shoulder and her shoulder plate, there are some really cool designs, very medieval, very Grecian at the same time. I mean, hence the Valkyrie, but it's really cool that they added those additional details there. The rest of her is really cool as well. You can see in her dress, they have the folds of her full outfit, and then the chainmail armor in front is a little looser, but it definitely sticks out there. The ropes and even the little decorative chain around her waist is decorated really well as well. You can see the details there, albeit I will say they are maybe not as nice as the details on the arm, but they are still pretty nice and really add to the outfit as well. Now moving on to her arm, so this arm is supposed to really be showing the plague that she's under. And you can definitely see the detail on that arm. They kind of look like scales. I'm not too sure what the plague is, so I'm not familiar with what it's supposed to look like. But it does kind of look like scales, almost like armor here. And it's going into her hand, which I think is interesting. I do think it's interesting that they painted her nails as well. It's kind of a interesting little bump there, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she has time to paint her nails. Every girl can take care of herself, right? But I just think that's kind of funny. I do like the contrast of the colors. It does look cool. It adds some more color and some more comprehensive color. It's the same red as her cape, so it does look good. It's actually really cool. But you can also see the plague kind of moving up into her neck as well. If you look down, you can actually see a little bit there. I do love the detail of her coat and her cape. I think it looks really cool that it's supposed to be like fuzzy at top, and then it folds down into this gorgeous cape with its own really cool design, this tree design, which I'm not sure what that means in the game, but it kind of reminds me of like a tree of life type thing, so I'm not sure, but I think it looks pretty cool. That design was also on the container for her as well, so maybe it's just symbolic of her. Maybe there's something unique there. Not sure, again. While we're back here though, I love the flow of her hair. First of all, her hair is a gorgeous red. It's just this deep red. It's beautiful. I love too how each of these sections they look like they were sculpted individually, and they're just layered on top of each other to have this flowing movement, and I think it's so pretty. I absolutely love how they did her hair. I think that's unique. You can see the strands in it. There's even lines within the sections, and I think that looks gorgeous. And then finally, moving up into her helmet is also very well designed, very detailed. The wings on the side, you can see the feathers, they lined that really well. I love the designs they have on there. It's really reminiscent of the Grecian background, and I think that's really cool that they add that in there while still being medieval and Gothic and all of this kind of built in together. I think it's a really cool design. Overall, I am actually really surprised by the quality of this. She was actually created by a company called Pure Arts, and they are known for doing gaming or show figures and statues. They do really detailed work, very high-end pieces. I took a look at their website just to see, what else they had, and pretty expensive, more expensive than I would have anticipated, to be honest. But just the fact that she comes in a collector's edition as part of it, and it isn't like $1,000, I'm pretty amazed. She is very detailed. I probably wouldn't have paid $1,000 for her, unfortunately, but she is really cool. I think she is an interesting addition to kind of bring into that collector's edition. I'm really curious what her part will be within the game. I'm wondering if she's like a major player in the game and something big going on, and that's why they chose to make a statue out of her. But we'll have to see. No spoilers on this channel, so I don't even know anything to spoil it, unfortunately. But overall, this is a really cool figure. I mean, I think it's totally worth it to get. It is pretty cool. I mean, the collector's edition on a whole also comes with the game, of course, and the art book as well as her. Pretty good deal. I believe it was something like $200 to get everything, which is pretty good. Most figures we know alone will be $100 to $200, so pretty good deal for the whole collection. her alone is just really cool to have. My fiance absolutely loved this. We had to get it, and I'm glad he did. This is kind of just a unique piece that just kind of shows your fandom while also being really, really cool. I actually also wanted to talk about her sword. It does come in a separate piece right next to her. I have not put it in her. I don't know where to put it, so I'm gonna have to look at things a little bit more. But this sword is super cool. It has designs inside of it. It's just this really cool, like, 2-layer blade, and the designs just add so much to it. It's so detailed. It's really cool. I love that they did the 2 tones on the 2 layers as well, because that makes it even cooler, and it looks like it belongs with her because she's 2-toned as well. So I think this is a really cool addition to add on to that. Alright, well that's it for the special edition version of today's video. Thank you all for joining. Let me know what you think about this statue in the comments below. If you think it's worth it, if you think it's cool, and if you got it. I'll talk to you guys next time. See you later!